All right, let's talk about your final project, but forget everything you think you know about final projects. This is something different. We're not talking about just an assignment. This is a quest, your quest. And today, we're going to break down exactly how you're going to build your very own video game, literally from scratch.
So really, there's only one thing to ask. Are you ready to get building? Let's jump right in.
Okay, so here's the mission, should you choose to accept it. You're going to forge a score-based card game. Now, what does that mean? Well, think of it as this awesome hybrid. You've got the super strategic, combo-building feel of a game like Balatro, but you're mixing it with the classic, old-school hand-ranking logic you find in something like Big 2. And the tools you'll be using to make this happen, none other than the raw power and pure flexibility of C and C++. Look, every good quest has a clear goal, right? Yours sounds simple on the surface, but believe me, it's tough to master. The mission is to hit a target score for each level. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. It's not just about hitting the score, it's about how you do it. You have to play the most strategic hands you can, trying to clear the level using as few hands as possible. Efficiency is absolutely the name of the game here.
All right, every hero needs their gear, their tools of the trade. And for you, that's the core engine of your game. So let's start by forging the basics. We're going to talk about the mandatory features. This is the bedrock, the foundation that your entire epic game is going to be built on.
So, at the very heart of your game, you've got this core game loop. It's super simple but really elegant. It goes like this. You get 7 cards, you play a hand, the game crunches the numbers and calculates your score. Then you draw new cards to get back up to 7. And you just keep repeating that cycle until one of two things happens. You hit that score target, victory. Or you run out of cards in the deck, which, is the tragic end to your run. Okay, so how do you actually bring that loop to life in code? Well, you're going to need a few key components. First up, you'll define what a card is using a struct, with its suit and rank. Then, and this is a really important skill, you'll manage your deck and your hand using dynamic memory. This is what lets your card collections change size on the fly during the game. And finally, you'll need to code up some functions to shuffle the deck and deal the cards. These are the real nuts and bolts of your whole game engine. Now take a good look at this table. This right here is the strategic heart of your entire game. These are the base scores for all the different hand types. And trust me, understanding this table is the key to winning. The player who gets the whole risk-reward thing, like should I go for that huge full house or just play it safe with a pair, that's the player who's going to come out on top, every single time. So, you've built your core engine. The foundation is solid. Now this is where the real adventure kicks off. We're going to talk about leveling up your game, how you're going to introduce new challenges that really test the player, and how you're going to reward them with some seriously powerful new abilities. Your game needs to have at least 3 trials or levels, and each one gets tougher. But, and this is super important, it's not just that the score target goes up. The actual rules of the game start to change. Check it out. By level 2, some hands are suddenly worth more, and others are worth less. And by the time you hit level 3, playing a single card is completely worthless. This is awesome because it forces the player to adapt their strategy on the fly if they want to survive. But hey, with great challenge comes great reward, right? So after a player manages to beat a level, they get something really cool. They get to pick a magic card. Think of this as a permanent upgrade, a power-up that's going to help them for the rest of their run. This is how your players get stronger and build their strategy over time. So what kind of rewards are we talking about here? For the basic mandatory part of the project, you need to offer at least 2 choices. The first is a straightforward hand score upgrade. Like pairs are now worth plus 3 points. Simple, effective. The second option is the suit change ability. This one sounds subtle, but it is a total game changer. It lets you change the suit of one card in your hand, which can instantly turn a pile of junk into a winning flush. Okay, we've gone over the core quest. You've got the map. But this next part? Oh man, this is where it gets really fun. This is where you stop being just a game developer, and you start becoming a legend. This is your chance to pour your own creativity, your own unique ideas into the game. And hey, don't just take my word for it. It's literally written into the project description. This quote right here, think of it as your official hall pass to go wild, to innovate, to experiment, to break things, and to build a game that is 100% yours. And if you're sitting there thinking, where do I even start? We've got you covered. Here are just a few ideas to get your brain churning.
What about more complex magic cards, like one that adds a multiplier to all aces, or a combo scoring system that gives you bonus points for playing certain hands back-to-back? You could even go nuts and build an in-game shop, or dive into graphics and audio with a library like Raylib. Seriously, the sky is the limit here.
Oh, and here's a quick pro tip for you on your quest. You are totally allowed, even encouraged, to use AI tools like Copilot to help you out. But there is one golden rule, and it's super important: transparency. You absolutely have to disclose where and how you used it. Just pop a comment in your code explaining what the AI helped you with. Simple as that.
Okay, so you've built the game. You've added your own legendary creative features. You are almost at the finish line. Now it's time to claim your victory. Let's talk about the final demo, because that's how your whole quest is going to be judged. So, you're probably wondering how this all adds up to your final score.
Well, here's the breakdown. Just getting all the basic mandatory features working, that'll net you a solid 55%. But check this out. Those advanced creative features we were just talking about, that's a whopping 35% of your grade. This is your chance to really shine and show off what you can do. The last 10% is all about your code quality and how well you present your demo.
And when I say the presentation matters, I'm not kidding. You get exactly 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes to demo your entire game. You've got to show off the core mechanics, your awesome custom features, and basically prove that your quest was a success. You have to be prepared, you have to be practiced, and you have to be concise.
All right, pull out your phones, open your calendars, do whatever you need to do. This is the final, no excuses, non-negotiable deadline. All your files have to be submitted before midnight on December 21st, period.
And look, I really cannot stress this next part enough. The quote on the screen says it all. You could build the most incredible, genre-defining game ever seen, but if you don't demo it, you get a 0 for the project. The demo isn't just some extra thing. It is the final boss battle of this whole quest. You have to show up.
So there you have it. We've laid out the map, we've given you the tools, we've warned you about the trials ahead, the path is crystal clear. Now all that's left is for you to take that first step. Your quest is waiting. So the only question left to ask is, what kind of game are you going to build?